So in this video, I want to talk about change. Specifically, the market will change. What it takes to send a good cold email will change. The way you use AI will change. I want to talk about Google's Gmail crackdown, what it means, what it meant when ChatGPT came out. People suddenly became aware of large language models, but also what is a good company? What is a good cold email agency or a good cold email expert like? And how is it different for somebody like me versus somebody like you who's trying to figure everything out, going on YouTube, trying to reverse engineer what's working? And what does that mean for your business? And why is this actually a good thing? Whenever something happens and there's like a big earthquake in the market, what happens? What are the secrets that happen behind the scenes? So that's really what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about how can you turn something bad into something. There's something that jet fighters call an OODA loop. So it's observe, orient, decide, and act. So every time if you're playing chess with someone, you're boxing with someone, there's things happening. I'm punching, you're punching. I'm looking for patterns, you're looking for patterns. A market is exactly the same way. Nothing ever stays the same. The market gets more sophisticated. People become more aware. People become more observant. People become more used to things. Conditions changes. Google's like the 800-pound gorilla in the room. As soon as they make a change, the whole earth shakes and everybody has to reorganize their business, how they communicate. So how could this possibly be a good thing? For somebody like me, I work for a company called Client Ascension, which means all of the people that you've seen do cold email videos on YouTube, I'm probably friends with them. So we have a big community in Slack. We knew that Google was going to do something more than a year ago because Google, I can't even remember, it might have been 8 months ago. But Google, it used to be you'd set up your domains and your inboxes through Google and Google would host them. So you get preferential treatment by Google because they're literally giving Google money. And then Google sold the part of that business to Square. So we knew that when Google sold part of that business to Square, they were going to start making moves because all of a sudden they had diversified their business and they can be a little bit more strict. So all of the really smart cold email agencies were like, you know what? We're going to start migrating our clients over to Outlook. And sure enough, what started to happen is Outlook wouldn't show up in Gmail spam, but Gmail would show up into Outlook spam. And Gmail became more and more difficult to use and more strict. So way before these Google warnings came out that are going to go into effect next month in February, a lot of the good agencies, and we were one of them, were migrating their clients over from Gmail to Outlook anyway. And this is the same thing when ChatGPT came out. There were a bunch of agencies that were already using AI tools that the general public didn't know about. So the personalized AI that used to work in cold emails, like, hey, I saw this 5-star review you got on Google. That's really something. I really like this recommendation you got on LinkedIn. People used to think that was a real person. As soon as ChatGPT came out, people understood that a large language model could mimic a human writing to you. And so they became aware that it was just a mass-produced message. Those messages started to become less effective. And we would see that in our testing. When you're talking to hundreds of agencies that are testing dozens of different campaigns, the patterns show up and the data shows up very quickly. Now, the larger point that I'm trying to make here is you never want to be afraid of change in any market. The reason cold email exists is because there is simply no other way to communicate with very high level people and get certain kinds of deals made. Cold email is not going to replace a TikTok ad or an Instagram ad, but it's the only way to reach a C-suite executive and present them with a very compelling offer in their industry. So because of that, there will always be a place for cold email. Your job is to create a system where you are changing and responding more quickly than the market. Most people are over here and the world is changing and they get left behind. Some people are over here. The world is changing, they change. The world is changing, they change. If you're watching this video, you're most likely one of those people that moves with the current, that follows trends, and is doing what's best for their business or their clients. But then there are some people who are over here. That means they're either creating the change or they're responding so fast that the change benefits them. Because all the people over here, and especially all the people over here, which is more like 95% of the market, are getting left behind. So every time OpenAI does something, Google does something, Microsoft does something, we are benefiting. And if you're one of our clients or one of the people we consult for, you're benefiting right along with us. So don't be afraid. Just find an expert and ask them what to do. Thank you for watching this video. I've been getting a lot of messages about this. If there's anything specific that you guys want to know, I wanted to make this very broad because there's a lot of technical solutions, but a lot of times fear isn't technical. It's just how you feel about something. If there's a specific question you want to ask, or if you want more advice on cold email, sales, lifestyle around having your own agency, having your own business with your wife, that's what this channel's for. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please reach out if there's anything you want to see.